Okay. Hello and welcome back to this very interesting episode of the Final Fantasy campaign. Last episode was a doozy. The gang encountered the Dragon Queen, as you know, the meeting, as the message said, and shit went down. Vesta probably discovered the truth about everything that happened in Burmecia. Meanwhile, Kuja and a mysterious little girl named Medion uh, did a big attacky on the party with a bunch of dragons. After dealing with said dragons, before dealing with said dragons, Ruvik, one of our party members, he decided to turn into a fly or a bee and went with Kuja to the other world. And that is a whole other can of worms. He wanted to get Kuja alone in a room and do something with him. Meanwhile, in this world, they found a journal belonging to Ruvik saying that, hey, I'm in another world, I'm not dead. Hi. But yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. They defeated some dragons, and now they are in Burmecia still. In the slums. So, this is after you guys just picked up. This is after you guys have finished like reading halfway through the journal. So here, let me change. All right, and so Evangeline comes back. Like after I guess killing one of the other monsters after they kind of dissipated. She says, "So, what did Ruvik get himself into this time?"
Seems like he, when Kuja and that other girl and the Dragon Queen vanished, it seems like he went with them.
How am I not surprised? He seemed like he would be the person to do such things.
Yeah. I mean, it's risky, but, I don't know. If what he's like attempting actually succeeds, then it might actually give us an advantage over the Dragon Queen, but there's a huge risk.
Yes. Well, I just hope that whatever he's doing over there, he knows how to get himself out of it.
Yeah. Just checking, Evangeline. You don't happen to have a handy dandy doorway to the world of darkness anywhere?
Oh yeah, why don't I just pull that out of my ass?
Well, just had to check bases,
Worth the ask, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you, Vesta? After being taken, what have you learned?
To be honest, I don't know if I really got a lot of useful information from her. If anything, I just learned how long she's actually been fucking with us, if she even told me the truth.
You mean to tell me that she just blabbered on?
I mean, that's kind of her thing.
Yeah. As long as we've known her, yeah. But, like... Wow. I mean, you'd think with, like, this whole dramatic thing and making the sky all dark and mysterious, and, she would, like, reveal something, but, huh.
I mean, she... Again, if she was even telling the truth, God knows if she was.
True.
She somehow has the ability to be anyone she wants. Like, she can clone or duplicate herself somehow, so she can be anyone at any time. And there's this this person that I grew up with. And the Dragon Queen told me that this entire time she was that person. Again, if that's even possible. So.
So there's a chance we've already, like... So there's a chance she knows everything about us already. Already has all our info. And we have very little about her.
She sure as hell knows everything about me.
Oh, gosh.
I'll say this about her.
Oh, go ahead.
Eventually it says, I'll say this about her. She's a cunning warrior.
Yeah. I think, there's a lot more to her that we don't know about. And, I mean, the fact that we're alive is, we're not out of time yet. So for now, I think we need to just, we should probably rest after everything we encountered and think about what we're going to do next.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And when you say that, Vesta, you hear a loud voice coming, I'd say from pretty close behind you. They yell out, "Hey!" And you turn around.
I will.
Alright, and as soon as you turn around, before you can even get a good look, you feel a very, a hand strike across your face.
Oh.
Like, so much so to the point where it, like, knocks you kind of off balance. And when you do this, Franklin, you see this too, and you see a lady backed up by a couple of other people, and this woman looks and says, "You little bitch, you've got some nerve coming back here after what you've done."
And what do you think I've done?
Well, when you look, okay, so when you do eventually look up, you do see that it is your mother.
Oh my.
What? Vesta's just kind of step back, stunned. What are you talking about?
Don't play stupid with me. You know what you've done. First, you sick that thing on our town, and then you just run away. And then another person come up behind her and just, "Yeah, we've got no place for your kind around here."
No idea what's happened here. I know you won't believe anything that I have to tell you, but it's not what you think it is.
Uh-huh. And why did you run?
Why did I run? What's left for me here?
Apparently nothing after you destroyed the goddamn place.
How exactly do you think that I destroyed an entire city, single-handedly?
And your mom comes up and says, she starts to slowly walk towards you, and she says, "It's that damn dragon that you brought into our home. That little girl that brought you that dragon. Somehow, some way, you found a way to sick it on all of us."
What was my intention?
I don't know, you tell me. Now, I'm only gonna say this once. You best get out of here. Get out of here and you never come back.
You should go, Franklin.
Yeah.
Evangeline comes up and says, "Now wait, hold on a second. You're not just gonna come here and just
Evangeline, this is not the time.
But...
Let's go. Now.
Fine. You're lucky I don't stick this spear up your nose." And she like jumps and leaps towards the airship. Alright, and where exactly do you all leave to?
Goes back to the airship.
Yeah. Vesta, did you know those people at all?
I didn't know most of them. The one in the front happened to be my mother.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm, She seems sweet.
Yeah, she wasn't always that bad. I guess this proves that the Dragon Queen was at least mostly telling the truth.
Well, let's just, let's get back. Sorry I had to deal with that.
Yeah, I could use a break.
And you guys leave from out of the slums through the markets district and all that kind of such all that area. And while you're leaving from the slums, you get people looking at you, giving you the stinky eye as you're walking past. And eventually, you make it to the airship hangar. And when you come aboard, Biggs and Wedge are like, "So, how'd it go?"
Kind of mixed results. In good news, we're all alive. And some bad news, Ruvik is in the world of darkness with the Dragon Queen and her 2 lieutenants, and the city hates us for some reason.
And Wedge kind of looks at you, Vesta. He's like, "Oh, what happened?" He sees the side of your face.
Oh, this is nothing compared to what they think I've done.
Yeah, but they didn't hurt you, did they?
No, I'm fine.
I mean, it looked pretty brutal when it happened. You sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anywhere that you all wanted to go to?
I don't think we, well, I think for now we just, well, we know that, like, Kuja had the Earth Crystal, or did we not see that?
Yes, you did briefly see that he had it in his hand, and then he desummoned it.
Okay. Kuja's got the Earth Crystal. Ruvik went with him to the world of darkness. Until we can find some way to get in contact with him and find a way to get him back there, or maybe go there ourselves, I I'm not sure, but I think right now, um, we've all had a rough day. I think we're just gonna rest.
All right. Um, well, if y'all ever need anything, just shout.
Hmm.
And you see, after Biggs says that, you see Wedge come back with like a damp cloth, and he hands it up to you with both of his hands because you know he's so short and tiny. And he kind of brings it up to you, and he's just like holding it. Here, just just dab it with that.
Oh, thank you. And Vesta will kind of hold the towel to her face.
And Biggs and Wedge, they go and they just head back up to the deck. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna quickly just catch you up to like what we did. Pretty much after Ruvik left, they encountered a very angry crowd of people in Burmecia, and Vesta.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but Vesta got slapped
Oh shit.
by none other than her dear old mom.
Double shit.
Yeah. And now they're at the airship, and they said that they were gonna have some rest.
Nice.
Alright, so it's about midday or so. So how long did you all wanna rest for?
I'd say Nyx would probably head straight to their quarters and then probably rest for a good long while.
Alright. You got you two?
Probably same.
Vesta's going to head to her room, but probably not gonna rest. She's just gonna like sit on her bed.
And yeah, when you do sit on your bed and you're just in silence, you do hear some magical sounds, whatever that would sound like, and you see your kitty cat.
Meow.
What was her name again? Kenai?
Yeah, it's Kenai.
Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, you do see Kenai, and they're like, Alright, so did y'all just want to okay, when y'all mean a while, would that be? Would that like waking up at the nighttime, or like getting up and doing your thing at night the same day, or did you guys want to sleep throughout the entire day and just wake up in the morning?
I'd say Nyx would just go for the long rest and probably not come back out till morning.
Alright, you guys?
I think same. Frank. Yeah.
Vesta's gonna stay up pretty late, but eventually just pass out and then wake up in the morning. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, we'll wake up at about the same. Well, actually, no, since you guys did go to sleep really early, pretty early, you guys would probably wake up at like 7, 8ish. But Vesta, you would still be asleep if you did go to sleep a little later. But yeah. So it's about, yeah, we'll just say 8ish. Okay, who would be up first?
I'd say. Hold on, give me one sec. Sorry, I'm technically at works, and not entirely multitasking. Kind of came in a little earlier than I should have, but
Oh.
that's kind of why I'm a little late.
Well, I mean, if you were at work, I mean, you could have. It would have been fine if you
No,
called
no.
it. Said you couldn't make it.
No, it's fine. Like, I figured I probably. No, I can still make it work.
Alrighty.
I'd say Nyx would probably wake up early, but probably just kind of still stay in their room for the most part. Kind of giving themselves shit for not being able to get a good shot on the Dragon Queen.
Franklin.
Franklin wakes up as well. He sits at his desk, kind of like contemplative, wondering if he kind of like did the right thing in like telling Evangeline not to fight back against that woman, and like just the whole thing with Ruvik going to the world of darkness. But he's just gonna sit at his desk for a while.
And Vesta, would you still be asleep?
She'd probably wake up a bit later than the others, but she's gonna stay in her room until she hears somebody moving outside in like the lounge or anything like that.
Okay. Alright, so yeah. We'll say that Nyx and Franklin, you've been up for about an hour. You guys would be in your room doing what you guys said for about an hour. And Vesta, you do hear a knock at your door.
She'll get up and open the door.
Alright. Yep, and you open up the door. You don't see anybody at first, and then you look down and you see Wedge. And Wedge seems to have a plate of food in his hand. He's like, "Hi, so I went out and I got you some breakfast because I thought that you might need it after yesterday."
Oh, thank you. That's really kind.
No problem. Everyone seems to be in their cabins as well. Things must have really gone awry yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't really get much good out of yesterday.
But I mean, at least they are gone for right now, so that gives you guys some time to plan and go over things.
That's true. We're gonna need to do a lot of planning.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can get a signal from Ruvik. Meanwhile, Biggs has been trying to contact Ruvik in the world of darkness, but we haven't gotten anything.
It's very interesting. I'm sure he'll find a way to contact us.
Yeah. I mean, Kuja's gonna have to come back here sometime, so...
That's true. He does love pestering us.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Just want me to gather everyone else up so this whole thing can happen, or did you want some more time?
We can all regroup and talk about it.
Okay. All right, and Biggs is gonna go to your door, Franklin.
Walks over and opens the door.
Alright. And because you're tall, you really don't see him. I'm just kidding, no. But yeah, you do see Wedge there at your door. And he says, "Hi. So I was just at Vesta's door, and we both had said that we wanted to regroup, and we can talk about what's next. So we can either find a way to get Ruvik back, or discuss the next plan of action."
All right. We should probably talk in the lounge, huh?
Yeah. Well, we still have the time to ourselves.
Okay. I'll be out there in a sec.
Okay. And he's gonna go over to your door as well, Nyx.
What?
It's me. We were gonna regroup so we can go ahead and talk about what our next plan of action should be while we still have time.
I'll be right out.
All right. And yeah. He will be waiting. Biggs, well, Wedge will go to the lounge area, and Biggs will meet up with him. Evangeline is there as well, with Wedge. But yeah, after some time, where y'all are gonna move out.
Yeah. Nyx will probably be like one of the last to show up.
All right. Yeah, you all leave your dormitories, and after a little bit more time, Nyx is the last one to come out. You all see. Hey there, Evangeline says.
Hey.
You all set?
I suppose.
Right then. So, first, I guess we'll start off with you, Vesta. Would you mind telling us, pretty much, any and everything that you've gained from the Dragon Queen's meeting?
Yeah. I mean, I already told you that she's apparently able to clone or duplicate herself, and change her appearance to anything. I I don't really know how to say it. I guess she's been manipulating me and potentially all of you for a long time. She became this person that I cared about. I guess she always was that person. And she was like the most important thing in my life. And well, at least I thought she died in the attack on Bermesia, but turns out that was a lie too. Anyways, the Dragon Queen said something about creating Bahamut, or at least having control over it. I might be misremembering. But apparently she gave me control over Bahamut, or I don't know how it happened, but clearly she planned for it. And the dragon that was under my control obviously destroyed Bermesia and several other cities. So that's why my mother, amongst the rest of the city, hate me. And I forgot it. I lost my memory at some point, and I've been getting these visions recently. I thought they were just like, I don't know, something from the stress of all we've been doing, but I guess they were memories.
Why would the Dragon Queen give you control over Bahamut?
I guess to see me suffer. There was no reason for her to not just do it herself other than that. She specified that she was people in some of your lives too. I don't know who, she didn't give any names, but there could be people that you need to be careful of as well.
Yeah. It's hard to trust in people now.
It's always hard to trust people.
Anything else?
She took off her mask, and she looks identical to Princess Angelica.
What?
What?
I don't know I don't know why she'd make herself look like Angelica if she wasn't her the entire time. I have no idea why, but yeah.
Do you
That is kind of troubling.
think that it's? Well, I mean, I know the whole thing with the world of darkness and our world. Not everything matches up, but do you think that's their Angelica or ours? Or if it isn't even is Angelica?
I doubt it. We know that the Dragon Queen is a machination. Angelica, as far as we know, is flesh and blood.
I mean, I thought Bryn was flesh and blood.
Do you think maybe it's just a name? And
What,
I
like
don't
an
know.
anagram?
I mean, maybe the Dragon Queen, I don't know, is a title as opposed to the name of a single invention or a person.
If that was the case, then what have we been searching for these last several months?
Yeah. That's fair.
All the knowledge that we have gathered so far points to the Dragon Queen being a machination created by a Mon, gone haywire to some extent.
And we still don't know. I mean, that brings us back to, like, how does Angelica play into this? Do we know who invented the Dragon Queen?
I
It was a
believe
Mon. It was a Mon and one other.
I don't think we knew.
I should know the name.
Amontes.
No,
because
Did we know Amontes'
It was the brother. It was the brother, and I have the name somewhere in my notes.
Oh shit.
Evangeline,
Honest-
she kind of steps up and says, if I remember correctly, his name was Hain.
Hain.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's
The-
right.
The Dragon Queen also mentioned something about her being the rightful ruler over Elion, like the world was her birthright or something like that.
Birthright. I mean,
And that makes even less sense.
if you said she looked like Angelica, I mean, the theory that she is, a version of Angelica, a daughter to the king, when the king passes, if there's no other descendants, then it falls to her.
Yes, but our Angelica is the daughter to a king of a nation, not king of the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, kings can go tyrannical, or queens can go tyrannical, and they can try to invade, and they can take over.
That's true.
Wait, what about that book? Wasn't it The Emperor or something like that? About a ruler that does try to take over the world?
I was thinking the exact same thing. If Jakku's books were based on true events, as we assume, then at one point there was someone, a tyrant, who did try to rule all over Elion.
I suppose we hadn't considered the possibility that Jakku's books, because we know that the world of darkness, not everything matches up with our world. Do you think that any of Jakku's books could be inspired by events not happening here, but happening there?
It's debatable. There's still a good chunk of history that we don't entirely know about, and, well, there are similarities to that version of Elion, but still enough differences to be parallel enough to ours. It's possible, but highly unlikely. We'd have to assume in that case that Jakku was able to traverse across dimensions.
Well, the Dragon Queen was somehow able to go back in time to target me when I was really young. And if we're able to read the book, that means it's already happened. So it's possible it happened in the other world. Who knows when? And that's why we don't recognize it. It just didn't happen here.
Oh.
And this is why I hate magic.
That's feasible. Yeah. I just feel like there's something we're missing. You know what I mean? Be it something in the books that we're missing or something like that, but I feel like we're still missing some piece that ties everything together.
Right now, that's not the only thing we're missing. Kuja still has the Earth Crystal.
Ruvik went with him in the World of Darkness as well.
I still don't understand what he was thinking when he did that.
He was probably swept up in the moment. Well,
So if we...
good.
I was gonna say... I just don't know if we've tried... Yeah, link pearls probably don't work. Because it didn't work in the Void, so it probably won't work in the World of Darkness. Has Biggs or Wedge made any advancement trying to contact him?
No, not right. We haven't made any progress.
Sorry.
At this point, I'd say the only progress we'd be able to get is if we were in the other alien, but at this point, the void gate at the Crystal Tower was sealed when we walked out with the Wind Crystal.
Yeah.
That was the only void gate that we know of for certain.
Do we think, though, that there could be gates in, like, I don't know, places of importance? I guess my only evidence of that is the Crystal Tower has always been part of the Pendrick family.
And a part of alien history to a certain extent.
I guess there's... Yeah, there's probably no... I mean, like... I don't know if there's, like, a huge, like, tourist trap or, like, big thing in Bermesia, is there?
I don't believe there is.
Honestly, I can't really think of that many other historical locations throughout the continents. My best guess it would be Temple of Khan for one, and as far as Ravenastor goes, I can't really think of a location that would be of historical significance to line up with your hypothesis.
Yeah. Do you reckon, though, that, I mean, Dragon Queen looks like Angelica. Do you think we tell the king this, or no?
I mean, he's certainly not going to want to believe it. And if it's not the Dragon Queen herself telling him, it's possible he won't believe us at all.
Agreed. And not only that, we don't entirely know for certain that the Dragon Queen is Angelica, and I'm almost inclined to say that Dragon Queen may not entirely be the Dragon Queen's face. If she can change her shape or disguise herself with any sort of illusion, and what's to say that it wasn't an illusion she pulled on you when she took off the mask?
Oh, I'm sure I haven't seen her true form, but she could have been Angelica to fuck with the king in some way. I mean, I don't know what she'd want from him, but think about it. She's missing now, and the king's focusing all of his energy and resources on finding her.
With good reason to an extent, but
Well, of course.
Hmm.
I do agree at this point that it may be best to keep this between us at this point until we get the facts straight.
Yeah. I agree. Do you reckon, though, that I mean, Rabanastre is a city. It's in turmoil, as we discovered. Do you reckon we should go back there?
I can help send resources and supplies that help rebuild it, but I don't entirely know if there's going to be any information that we can gain from that. I mean, we know who has the crystal. We just don't know where he is now.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that until we find a way to either get there or until Kuja comes back here, we should make ourselves useful somehow. Because our one avenue for our, for your one mission, it's pretty much roadblock for right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
At this point, from a strategic point, it's probably our best course of action to put a hold on the Earth Crystal and move on to the next one.
Yeah. I think that
Dog.
like, Vesta, what are you doing? No. I think that's a valid idea. I mean, you're right. We don't have any way to get to Ruvik or Kuja.
I mean, unless any of you have another idea.
Angeline kind of puts her finger on her chin. I have two things we could do in the meantime. Well, we could go to Rabanastre and help out there. Helping out and making sure that things are well and good. Or we could probably see what those crystals were about when we dropped them off to the estate.
That's true.
Yeah.
We never did get any answers about those corrupted crystals.
So those are the only two options I have in my head.
Rabanastre or the Pendrick estate again?
If we head back to the estate, I can maybe talk to some of those in charge of shipping, see if we can divert some of the resources to Rabanastre as well, but at this point, that's just not the only one in Burmecia that has a target on their back. They don't really take kindly to me as well, mainly because of my father. Anything that would help prove their point would cause things to get nasty, and possibility of diverting resources from Burmecia to Rabanastre would just be adding fuel to an continuously burning fire.
That's true. I mean, there is one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a terrible, terrible idea, but we're gonna need I mean, eventually, when we do face off against the Dragon Queen, we're gonna need a lot of firepower, right?
Essentially, yes.
When I asked the Dragon Queen, she did say I still have control over Bahamut if I can find it.
I'm sorry? Are you
Wait.
suggesting we...
I'm not saying we try to use it, obviously, considering what happened last time. Not that I remember that very well. But could be good to know where it is as a backup.
I don't think that would be an entirely good idea, Vesta.
Fair enough.
Wait, hold on. You're onto something. Because, I mean, you all have these Shokan at your disposal. If this were to work out, this could be a really good asset to the team.
I mean, I think it's incredibly dangerous, though. The last time she tried to control Bahamut, things went sideways.
It
And-
destroyed almost a third of Alien.
But you also have to remember that two factors played into that. If what the Dragon Queen says is true, then she was manipulated into it. Second, she was a child back then. Now she's... Before then, like, Vesta, when you were a child, you didn't have mastery over the fire magics and the thunder magics or anything like that, have you?
Oh, surely not.
Now look at her. She's a brilliant mage. I'm sure now she would be able to have control.
I'm not underestimating her skills, Evangeline. What I'm merely saying is that Bahamut has already destroyed this world once. And not only that, apparently is under the command of not only Vesta, but the Dragon Queen as well. If we were to find him, what if that just is one part of the Dragon Queen's plan? What if she eventually takes control back of Bahamut and lays waste to the rest of Elliot?
Sorry.
Okay.
She already knows where the Bahamut is, I believe. I mean, as far as I'm aware, her only plan for Bahamut's destruction was Burmecia. She didn't mean for it to destroy several other cities when it did.
My thing is, if Bahamut is, not active right now, if he's like dormant or something, and we awaken him and we arm ourselves with this dragon, that's, willingly giving another weapon to the Dragon Queen. And this is a sentient, creature. I'm sure you are a very talented arcanist, but it's just it's a high risk.
It's true.
No, not only that, what would the people of Elian think if we decided to align ourselves with a creature that tried to burn it to the ground?
We have a lot of eyes on us right now, as it is.
Vesta and I are walking a tightrope here in Burmecia, and my entire family is still treated with disdain across several other parts of the world. Right now, trying to find the dragon that caused probably one of the darkest moments of history in the modern era. Not exactly gonna sprout a whole savior of Elian kind of attitude with the rest of the city. I agree aligning ourselves with Moshokan might give us a better advantage. But we're gonna have to draw the line at Bahamut.
It does sound like a bit of a silly idea when you put it like that.
Although, I don't think you're entirely wrong in the idea of having more people ready for when she eventually does come back. Because she will. I know, like, later on down the line, we'll probably have to build an army. Huge, I mean, just to be sure that when she comes back, I feel like having numbers is kind of advantageous.
Certainly could have hurt.
At some point, we can rally some. I'm not sure how they're feeling back home, my old knights. But I know the Crystal Guard is very trustworthy.
After everything, I will say that the Crystal Guard has more favor of me than it did my predecessor. For certain. I at least give them vacation days a lot more. As far as what other allies we have, Evangeline, what about the Dragoons of Ishgar? Do you know if they might be able to assist us in any regards if we end up in an all-out war?
As long as it's not any of our allies, I'm pretty sure I can rally up some of my old infantry buddies.
That's a start, I suppose.
And especially if it's me, because I was considered one of the... not to brag, but I was kind of a hot shot around there.
I mean, I believe it.
Yeah. Definitely add up. Aside from that, I don't know who else may be on our side or who may decide to wait things out.
I mean, when we do check out the, when we solve the water crystal problem, I reckon I can rally those from Altair as well.
Yeah. I don't know. But I agree that we need to rally as many forces as we can, but we may need to seek out allies of a more denizen category. I mean, yes, we've got the main force Shokan on our side. We had a giant horseman for a little bit. I don't know what but that just pretty much often fucked off with Ruvik.
Hell, and along with Ifrit.
And with Ifrit, so we're already down 2 Shokan.
But at least we have Phoenix.
That does provide some benefits to an extent, but we need something with more firepower. No pun intended. We need something with strength. We need something with defense.
Well, I mean, I think Vesta's got that covered with Titan on our side.
Yeah.
It's true.
I suppose, but even with the 4 Shokan we have on our sides now, Ramu, Titan, Leviathan, Phoenix, that's 4 Shokan against a force that seems to be growing in not only numbers, but in power with every chance we look away. Whatever that little demon girl was with the Dragon Queen, she was quick, and she's most likely very powerful. She was able to sneak up behind me and teleport me within an instant. Not only that, Kuja has the Ultima spell, which pretty much an end all unless we figure out a way to stop it. It's either that, or we have to search for magical artifacts that belong to the original god warriors of light. And to be fair, I'm not really a fan of the whole. There's a lot about magic I don't entirely understand, and quite frankly, there's some of it that I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat, yeah. But you're right, though. There always seems to be something that we don't know about her until we confront her. We have to find a way to just, like, even the playing field and even the battleground. And I think that rallying forces is a good start. And the idea of rallying the denizens as well is a fair idea.
I will say, though, try not to get yourselves down about it. The Omni Crystal chose you all for a specific reason. And you lot, if they chose you, then that means that you all must be capable of doing something great. So, even though the odds may be stacked against you, I'm sure that you all will find a way to defend it.
That may be the case, but the only thing that I know that I am able to do right now is to find a way to drop the Dragon Queen dead.
I think we all have that that same goal in mind. I think we'll get there somehow.
We'll have to, because I'm just gonna let her continue walking around like this.
Well, so back to the choices. I would say not really. We shouldn't go after the water crystal, at least until we have this one taken care of. Because if Kuja does end up coming back, and the water crystal isn't restored, or someone like every other crystal around here has been guarded by someone. If we happen to cross up with someone who's guarding the water crystal, then we'll have two very powerful beings we'll have to deal with at the same time.
Actually,
I
fair point.
suppose.
Yeah. Let's not take a war on two fronts. But so we're thinking Pendrick Estate or Rabanastre, right?
At this point, it might be better to head to the estate, at least get some knowledge on what's going with the crystals, and if possible, there may be a way to use that against the Dragon Queen, but I highly doubt it.
Any info we can get is good.
So that's what we decided.
So,
Oh, so.
All right.
Alright, then let's head out. Biggs, Wedge, we're on the way. And Biggs and Wedge both leave from from the commons area to top deck. Right? And just let us know when you're ready to take off. And lucky for us, the Ragnarok is big enough and strong enough to fly over the sea.
Oh, nice. So we don't have to take a certain person's boat.
Well, unless we have any other things to do in this here, I'd say we should probably get going.
I think we're all set then.
All right then, let's go. And he gets the ship all fired up and ready to go. The wings come out, turbines start spinning. You feel the wind in your hair from the turbines as well. But you fly over. Alright, so Wedge comes down from top deck and says to you all, and says, alright now, so because the Ragnarok is so incredibly huge, we're gonna need to land it in Midgar, and we can just take the Enterprise to Hendrick Estate.
That's fine.
Alright. Let's go. And the airship lifts off, and you have departed from Vermesia. And because this is a pretty, quite dangerous sea, I guess, it takes about a day to get there. Not usually, usually from, due to wind stuff and it being a very large sea. But yeah, you've arrived in Midgar, and I don't think I have another. Do I have another token? No. All right, so we're gonna use the same. We'll use this token as the Enterprise, because I don't have the Enterprise token with me. Yep. The Enterprise, equipped with its new freaking repulsion systems, you get to the Pendrick Estate within 20 minutes.
Hey.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys land at the little housey house, and when you do take your landing, you do see a very familiar face at the gates. Nix, you see that it is your mum at the Pearl Gate. And as it's landing, she's kind of like waving at you all. And Wedge comes and Wedge kind of just goes up to you all and says, "We have arrived."
Thanks, Wedge.
Alright, and the airship lands.
Are you and Biggs planning on using the hot tub again?
No comment. Depends on how long we're here.
Fair enough.
And your mom, Eliza, comes on board up the ramp, and she's like, welcome back.
Hey, Mom.
Hi. And then she goes in for a hug.
Just kind of awkwardly hug as well. You can tell that Nyx is just kind of still out of it after the whole thing with the Dragon Queen and the others.
Yeah. All right. And she says, "Oh, okay. So, good news. You guys came at a great time. We may or may not have found a way to get you all into the void.
Oh.
And it's all thanks
What?
to these crystals that you all have given us. Here, come on in. Here, come on. Let me get you some tea and I can explain."
Got anything stronger?
We got some whiskey. But I don't know if you should be drinking that at your age.
I started drinking 6 months after I left. I'll be fine.
All right. And she's just starts walking off, and she says, "You coming?"
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Just kind of slowly follows after Eliza.
All right. And you all follow as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. And yeah, you all appear. You all are welcomed into the estate. Some of the guards look at you all and says, "Welcome back."
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, you are back in the estate. And she tells you all to sit. And meanwhile, she runs, and after about 6 or 7 minutes, she comes back with a tray full of tea and a bottle of whiskey. And she sits you all down and says, "Come, sit."
Nick sits and immediately goes for the whiskey and pours themselves a glass.
And when you reach for the whiskey, she's like, "Hey," and she taps your hand. "Not yet. Let me first get the glasses."
Yeah, not yet. Franklin reaches over for the bottle.
You too.
Just kind of Kratos grumbles.
And yeah. So eventually, I'd say a few seconds later, a servant comes with a shot glass, a couple of shot glasses, and some teacups. And she starts pouring herself some, and she hands it off to the rest of you guys. All right, now you can reach for it.
Grumbles again, goes back for the whiskey.
All right. And so she says, "Okay, so we, again, as I said before, we have found a way to get you all into the void using these crystals. The way we found this out was we weren't expecting it, so to speak. You see, these crystals, apparently, these crystals in particular have readings that come from the other alien, with, the help of our good friend Midas. Please, I couldn't even come up with some of this stuff. But, it was a discovery from our good friend Midas, and he says that they originate from from the other alien. And by tinkering around with them, he found that they had opened he more like tore a hole within the space that he was working in, and after kind of peeking, one would say, he discovered that he was in the same exact place that he was in, which is in the estate, and he had discovered that he was in a completely different world. The whole place was dark and desolate, and everything was just all wrong. And
Yeah,
so
that sounds like the other alien.
And so after telling me, it kind of hit me about where he just went to. It's due to our past experiences, or your past experiences, and you telling me about it. So
how, if these crystals were from the other alien, how did they end up here?
Well, it must have been from, I don't know, someone who must have been residing in the tower who's from there.
Oh, gods, I swear if it was fucking important.
But yeah, those crystals have, there were a ton of them.
So with them, we're able to actually traverse across and make it to the other alien.
Yes, if the procedure goes right, at least. Because if it doesn't, then there is some reaction that causes people to explode.
Oh.
Yes, there's a certain reaction that comes when, if things aren't in their proper position, one would say, it will combust. And it has combusted. Good thing that, Midas had his, protective gear on, as, you should when you're tampering with things not of this world.
I'll definitely agree on the not of this world part, but well, I will say that is some beneficial news. So at least now we can figure out how to at least maybe get another upper hand on the Dragon Queen.
Yeah.
It's a start, for sure.
So, want me to bring Midas in, and he can tell you all about it?
I'm surprised you didn't bring him in sooner.
Well, I mean,
Nix goes for another drink.
well, you know how people like that are with their work. Eddie,
Yeah.
she looks directly at you.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, let me go run and grab him and enjoy the tea. And yeah, she gets up and she leaves.
Nix kind of turns to everyone else and is like, "You guys realize what this means?"
We have a doorway?
Better. We finally have an advantage.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, hear me out. With these crystals, we can go to the other alley and figure out where the Dragon Queen's base is, for lack of better words, and we can finally get the drop on them. We can get against her, we can face off against Kuja, we can get the Earth Crystal back.
I mean, but she's... granted everything goes right with the crystals, nothing explodes, we get there, we go to the Dragon Queen's base. I mean, I don't hate the idea, but she's very powerful. I hate to admit it,
Yes.
but as is Kuja.
Yes, but the last time we tried to face them on their terms. This time, they will have no idea that we're coming. They don't, as far as they know, we can't even cross into the other alley. We use these crystals, sneak our way through. We will have the advantage. We can get them where they will least expect it.
Even with the
finally
element of
get it.
surprise, I don't know if we have a chance against the Dragon Queen as it is now.
But we might be able to pull off some... we might be able to pull off some heist. And maybe steal the Earth Crystal back.
Exactly. And we'd be able to deal a heavy blow to the Dragon Queen.
Kind of like this idea. This is not bad.
And how exactly do you plan to get the Earth Crystal back from a person who has it in their possession?
Oh,
One
worst
who
case
can-
scenario, I can shoot him.
One who can also relay their whatever you do to the Dragon Queen.
I'll shoot him from a distance.
Oh,
You think a simple shot is gonna harm him?
There has to be a way to trap him somehow.
yeah.
Well,
I
I mean,
realize-
knowing Ruvik, Kuja's probably going to be somewhat distracted anyway.
That's
So
true.
that's already putting him at a disadvantage, which will put the Dragon Queen at a disadvantage as well. Just enough for us to get the drop.
I mean, margin of error is very slim, but it's not a bad idea.
It's a better margin than when we last went.
You're right. That's true.
Yes, in terms of trying to face things head on, we are at a disadvantage. But I'm certain that this will work.
I mean, it's... I mean, I know I've been saying this about everything, but it's very risky. But I think that the reward is huge. The margin of error is very slim, but we have a better chance if we use the element of surprise. I don't think this is a bad idea.
Exactly.
And you're not wrong, there's a very high chance Ruvik has already provided a great distraction.
Exactly.
I would
Which
say.
will put
Good.
it'll put everyone at a disadvantage, and we can deal the biggest blow to the Drag Queen that we have dealt in probably a while.
I'm kind of on board with this.
But before we go, I would say that we should probably wait until we get contact with Ruvik, so at least then it can be like a joint operation. He'll be our man on the inside before, and then he can help line things up and make it easier for us when we eventually do it.
Us using the link pearls last time to try and have a sort of person on the inside led to our plan falling to pieces.
Well, what if we get in and we contact him there? Maybe then the signal will be like, it'll be on the same wavelength probably. I don't know how that stuff works, but I mean, if it's not working across worlds, but maybe if we cross over to a different world, it'll work then.
I still think trying to contact Ruvik with the link pearl as soon as we get in would increase the risk. Like I said, last time we used the link pearls and we were all in communication, the Dragon Queen spotted and was able to pull me out of my out. We may have to go complete link pearl silence for this to entirely work.
I don't know about leaving Ruvik out of the loop like that, though.
It would make him safer. He's already in a position where he would get blown 6 ways to Sunday. If he has no idea that we're coming, the Dragon Queen will have no idea that we're coming. For the record, as Nyx is saying this, you can tell that it's definitely not the most sane thing they have said throughout this adventure, and is just really, really focused on trying to deliver a blow to the Dragon Queen. The whiskey might be helping.
Potentially.
I don't hate the idea, though, in general, of the heist. Is everyone else on board with this as well?
Seems like our best option at this point.
Alright, and after that conversation, and a few more minutes go by, you do see your good friend Midas and his silver-haired beauty, goggles on his head and everything. And he's like, the Warriors of Light, welcome back.
Midas, you crazy bastard.
Oh, stop. I'm sure that your mother informed you on everything that we've been doing here.
Do you think it'll actually work? Do you think you can actually get us to that other alien?
If we don't explode, and if I do this correctly, we probably can. But the question is, how? Okay, so quickly inform me. When you were there, do you know where, I guess, your foe's main headquarters would be?
Last time we traversed in that area, we were
at the Crystal Tower. It was in ruins, but for the most part, it was where the Cloud of Darkness was. We encountered the Dragon Queen there. And there's really no indication that they were moving in any other direction.
Right then. So, I'd say that if we were to do this, we should do it pretty far away. Like, way far away from the Crystal Tower. So at least then, when you get in, well, when you get in, you actually have an access point so where you can come and go freely without them noticing you.
I'd say probably the furthest distance would probably be closer to the entrance of the labyrinth, but aside from that, maybe adding another couple hundred yards might do the trick.
Well, I was thinking more of Midgar or something like that. It's far enough to where they will, like, no one in that place will notice your presence.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. The further away it is, the less likely the Dragon Queen's going to be able to detect us. So Midgar would probably be the safest bet out of everything.
Hey DM, can I really quickly? I'm just kind of curious about something. I would just like to real quick cast Divine Sense, just very briefly.
Yeah, sure.
So if within 60 feet there's any like celestial fiend or undead or just any fuckery.
Alright, wait, Celestial Fiend, Undead, and what else?
It's just celestial fiend or undead. That's it.
Okay.
Wait, Fade doesn't count in that?
Until the end of your next turn, near the location of any celestial fiend or undead. Yeah, that's not Fae,
Oh,
isn't
that
it?
sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, go ahead, cast it, yeah. When you do, I guess, when you do try to sense around and see, I guess, what exactly are you trying to sense?
I'm trying to see if, I guess I'm trying to see if there's any, just like cause for concern, generally. There's any like evil spirits around us, or if I feel like I'm being watched at all by anything.
Okay, yeah. When you cast it, or when you, sense around, you don't sense anything out of the ordinary. There's no celestial spirits or evil anywhere.
Okay.
Or undead, I mean.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright then. Are we gonna go through with this this crystal plan in Midgar?
Suppose so.
I can't think of a better time than now.
Then, unless you have some transportation to Midgar, we better get going.
Right. Why the hell are Biggs and Wedge?
Would you like to go outside and see where they are?
Yes,
Yeah,
I would.
Take a guess.
Okay. Yeah. You see them in the place where you normally see them, at the hot tub. But they didn't really like strip down and get in the pool because they knew that you weren't gonna be there long. They were just there, sitting on the chairs, lounging. Wedge has some sunglasses on.
You see Nyx is like about to call them and just kind of stops and is like, what if we left them here?
You have fun flying the ship.
I mean, yeah, does anyone else know how to operate an airship?
I can.
What
Okay.
happened last time? Evangeline says, what happened last time? I don't think that would be wise,
Especially not with the whiskey.
Yeah, you're kind of intoxicated.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
And
That's
not only
That's
not
what they
only
all
that,
say.
look,
Let's.
yes, they might be better at piloting it than I am. But if this is really going to work, we need to make sure that there are no liabilities. And bringing two not entirely combat trained engineers into, for lack of better words, a stealth mission, not really the best idea.
Well, they don't have to
Aren't
come
we
in
just-
with us.
Yeah, we're just gonna take them to Midgar.
I just.
Midas, do you know how to fly an airship? And Midas says, no, not really airships. I can only really operate that train and a bunch of other Magitech things like that. I've never really been too keen on airships.
Yeah, let's not leave our friends behind.
They've been with us the whole time.
I know, but this is different. We'd be walking into the Dragon Queen's territory, unannounced, totally by surprise.
Alright, well, I'll be on top of the airship, so just in case if shit goes south, I can just jump off.
Are we actually going to leave Biggs and Wedge behind at the Pendrick Estate?
I'd rather not, but
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Should at
I
least
just-
let them know.
Yeah.
and I think they would notice if their airship was taken.
I think Wedge still has the Enterprise, so.
But having to walk all the way to Midgar.
Alright, fine. Alright, fine. We can take them. You can see, like, Nyx is just like. Something's up, that's for sure.
Alright, well.
Well, let's...
Franklin,
Oh, sorry. Good.
I'll just walk over to Biggs and Wedge and just cast my shadow over them.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you walk over to Biggs and Wedge where they are, and they lift up their sunglasses and they're like, huh?
Hey, you enjoying the sunbathing? We gotta go.
Alright, just say the word.
The word.
Got it. Alright, let's go. Alright, everyone climb on board.
Nyx, once again, Kratos grumbles and just walks along.
The Vesta will follow behind him.
So,
Alright, and Midas will come along with. Midas is like, oh wait, I forgot the main thing, and he leaves and he goes out to back into the estate, and after about 5-6 minutes or so, he comes back with a duffel bag full of stuff, and he's just like, all right, let's get it going. And yep, so the Enterprise with its repulsion systems flies over, and you have arrived in good old Midgar.
I'd say I'd probably tell Biggs and Wedge to settle like a little ways off of like the city, like a little ways off of like the city border and whatnot, so then people don't freak out when there's freaking explosion of energy and then all of a sudden a void gate.
Alright, and Midas is like, oh, I know a place where we can go. Take us over there. And Biggs and Wedge kind of hover over this place, and you see that it is the train tracks along with the train.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that takes me back.
memories.
And yeah, you come on down to the little Biggs hovers the the airship over the platform, and Midas jumps off. All right, come on down.
I follow along.
Everybody else?
I'll do the same.
Yep, I will as well.
All right. And so yeah, all right. Everyone hops off down, and Biggs goes and he goes and parks the airship somewhere off the like, okay, so you guys are about where, you know, obviously where this is. He would probably go and like park it somewhere like really like close. And yeah, you guys head off. So give me 1 second. Alright. But yeah.
Wait, is Wedge like just parking it, or is he like parking and folding it up?
He's gonna park it and fold it up.
Got it.
Alright.
Can I kind of look to see where on his person he's pocketing the airship?
You can yeah, give me a perception check.
Right. I'm gonna be doing this manually because, like I said, I'm not by my computer, so. Oh shit. That's a 19.
Alright. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you see he pockets it into one of his little into his where was he putting it before? We'll just say he's putting it in his one of his front cargo pants pockets on the side of his leg.
Okay.
And yeah, so Wedge comes over to you guys and says, "All right, we'll set up shop here so that you guys can go ahead and start working on it."
All right.
All right.
Let's get started.
All right. And Midas is gonna put his Midas is gonna put on his little goggles, and so does Biggs and Wedge, and he's like, "All right, so I'm gonna need your help." Points to you, Nyx, and he's gonna point to Biggs and Wedge as well, and says, "All right, I'm gonna need your help as well." And he's huh?
Nyx just kind of nods along with.
All right, and give me 1 second. There we go. All right, and yep. He puts his thing on, and he looks at you all, and he's like, "All right, so I'm gonna." He's looks to you, Vesta and Franklin. He's like, "All right, so I'm gonna need you all to step back, just in case this all like goes all boom boom, you know."
I'll take several steps back.
I'll just hold my shield up just in case.
All right, so It'll take about 30 or so minutes to get this thing up and running. Biggs and Wedge help him out with the and I guess you do help out with the construction of the thing that holds the void gate open. And it looks like this metal kind of platform with two like horn looking things surrounding what looks like a gigantic oval. And about like 25 minutes in, he's like, "All right, so Nyx, so I'm gonna need you to help me out with these crystals."
Of course.
All right, do you have anything that can protect you from anything sort of like combustion or heat or anything like that?
I'll manage. Remember, I've tinkered with explosives in an apartment with nothing but clothes on. I think I'll manage.
Alright, well, we'll see how disintegrative combustion works with you. Alright, and he takes the crystals and he starts tinkering around with them, and he hands you a couple of them as well. And he's giving you instructions to do things and such. And I'm gonna make a check. I'm gonna need you to make an intelligence check at advantage. And so is he.
Oh yeah. Nat 20.
Hey!
And he's going to roll as well. He didn't roll, so oh, 1 second. I have returned.
Hello.
Alright, so he rolled not so hot on it. So that means he's just like, oh shit, okay. And he looks to you and he's like, okay, well you seem like you have a really good affinity for this sort of thing. Not what I expected.
You see Nyx is like, yeah, he just kind of like turns. Nyx has less clothes on than he did before. Just like no matter what, just like King Kern's just like, see, told you, got it. Goggles, back to work.
Right, and after about 5 more minutes of working on it, he's like, okay, so this is the moment of truth. Let's just hope that this doesn't implode. And I'm gonna need you to stand over by that lever over there.
Alright.
Alright?
As I do, can I pretend to bump into Wedge and try and pickpocket this ship?
What?
Yeah, well, okay, so Biggs and Wedge, yeah, sure. You can stand near Wedge, and I'm gonna need you to roll a sleight of hand check at disadvantage, because Wedge is kind of looking on at this as well, at you guys, so...
Yeah. Oh. Thank God I have the gloves. Fuck. That's a nat 1.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Alright. So, yeah. And he's like, well, you good?
Oh, sorry. Thought I saw a bug on you.
Alright, weirdo. And he kind of steps back. Alright.
Just in his head, he's like, shit.
Alright, and he's, Midas is like, alright. On the count of 3, we'll flip the lever. 3,
Alright.
2,
2.
1. And then flips it open. Well, he turns the lever, and do you turn the lever with him along the same?
Yep.
Alright, and boom. Yeah. So the crystals on the side of the machine kind of light up with this blue glow, and they kind of shoot a beam into each other, and then they all when they shoot beams into each other, that beam then shoots out into the little oval cavity, and it does form a void gate.
Holy shit.
And we have power.
Haha. Told you could do it, Midas.
Yep, we all did. Alright. And yeah, you guys have successfully opened a void gate. And that is where we will end our session off today.
Oh,
shit.
Alright. Thank you all for joining me and joining us for this epic machine learning thingy. And yeah, we'll see you next week, streamers and creamers.
Very well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.